No talk.
All right, the agenda is approved. We have the minutes from our regular meeting on January 8th. That was our first meeting. And we have those. I have a motion for approval of the minutes from January 8th.
I told you.
Second. Councilman Lowe, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of adopting the minutes for January 8th? That passes, the minutes are passed, or acceptable. We have the work session minutes from January 11th, 24. That was our special call meeting, work session. I have a motion to accept the minutes from January 11th. Motion, Councilman Wadsworth, I've got a motion. Second. Motion and second, all those in favor of adopting the minutes from January 11th? Minutes. We had a special call meeting, on January 11th, we had a special call meeting immediately following the work session. That was to adopt the recreation intergovernmental agreement with Marietta County. Do I have a motion to accept this, the minutes from that meeting? So I have a motion to accept the minutes from the special call meeting. Do I have a second? Motion and a second. All those in favor of accepting those minutes? Motion carries. We have a lot of things to go through here, don't we? All right, we have a work session meeting, work session minutes from January 31st. That is the 9 a.m. meeting. I have a motion for these work sessions. Okay, I have a motion to accept the work session minutes for January 31st. So I have a second. Have a second. Motion and a second. All those in favor of adoption? All right. Motion carries. And then we had a special call meeting immediately following the work session. Adoption of the resolution of the joint comprehensive plan resolution and open records officer and quick claim deed for Crazy Park between us and the board of inspection. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes? I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. I have a motion and a second to accept the minutes from the special call meeting of January 31st. All those in favor of the motion? Carries. Minutes adopted. All right. We have a special privilege tonight. We have students from the Manchester Middle School. And there are two teams here tonight. We have, they're both basketball teams. Our girls team is going to come in first. Let's get our girls team in here.
Come on, go ahead.
So at the middle school level, they don't really have a state champion. So the highest you can go is regional. champion, and that's what this team just won for the city of Manchester in the middle school, the Manchester Middle School. I think that's amazing. I have,
Pull in there.
Okay.
Pull in.
You got it? All right, thank you, John. All right, have one of these for each of you. Yeah. Let's get the other end there. So this is we really appreciate you working so hard and winning the regional. That's amazing. And we wanted to bring you in and recognize you because what you are is an ambassador for the city of Manchester. An ambassador is one that we don't have a fancy house for you, okay? A lot of ambassadors go to different places in the world and they have a big fancy house. You don't have that. But what it means is that you represent everybody in Manchester when you go out. And we've heard that your behavior, your performance, the way you conducted yourself in the game was fantastic, and we really appreciate that. And then you brought home the trophy too. Is that correct? Now these are our coaches over here, and this is in recognition of that. You have one. All right, now we have to be all official. Thank you so much. Very good. Thank you so much. All right, one more hand for this group. All right, now where are our parents for this group here? Stand up if you're one of the parents. Because they don't get on a team like this without parents in the back and thank you so much. Okay, ladies. Out this way. Unless you like to.
Okay, we can go out there or?
Yeah, y'all going out there.
Have another team. One regional also, and that's the boys team. Now I saw some of them, and I'm like, I'm a very short man apparently.
Y'all go all the way down to the bottom, all the way down to the bottom?
Come on in here, guys.
They start the meeting already? Yeah. Are they doing honors and basketball team? Get a shot.
We got all of them, didn't we, Coach? Just about. About all that. There we go. All right, let's give them a certificate. There's another stack back there. Okay, so I don't know if you heard the speech, but you'll have to listen again. So, an ambassador is someone who represents a larger group of people. We have ambassadors as the United States that go to countries all over the world. Every time you leave this city and as a team, you guys are ambassadors. Now, we heard that you did great representing us as a city. And we really appreciate you putting in the time, the practice, and the effort, and to be able to bring home a regional championship. Did that come with a trophy?
Yes.
It did, okay, good. I was hoping it would. So where are, I've got more certificates.
We grab them over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Pull in tight, guys.
Hold that in front of my Come on, John.
Be proud of it. Be proud of it. Smile. That's asking for too much.
All right.
Man, y'all got more pictures than take. Parents may not take.
You got one plan to
Congratulations, guys.
I just posted stuff online.
Okay.
Good work, Jack.
All right, now where's the mom and dad to this?
We're all gonna come off. You ready?
Thank you guys, I really appreciate Congratulations.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Good. Thank you.
Hey, baby, how you doing? Congratulations. Put this in trophy.
How you doing?
All the chairs, think about it. Go on right now. Come on. No, it's trophy.
Basketball is a sport. It has a round ball. I'm sorry. We're so much about football. Okay, so now for me, our next agenda item is a very exciting thing because we've been waiting for this for some time. In December of 23, the City of Manchester requested a proposal for firms interested in providing solid waste service to our citizens and commercial customers within the City of Manchester. We advertised its desire to receive proposals by posting requests for proposals on the city's website, the procurement website, the local legal organ, and newspaper. The proposals were open, read aloud, and the following firms were responsive to the RFP. Green Environmental Recycling, Amwaste Absorption, C&C Sanitation, Green Provides Environmental, GFL, and Martin Environmental Services Incorporated. Our staff, members, and code enforcement looked at the service of each of these and the offerings of the proposals, and we looked at regarding the issuance of a contract for solid waste service within the City of Manchester. Mark Pulliam, our city manager, Sam Summers, utility director, Angel Fowler, city clerk, and Rick Hamlin, code enforcement, all served on that committee to evaluate the proposals that we received. As a result of this team's effort, the staff recommends awarding the contract for solid waste services to Martin Environmental Services. I think a representative is here. These firms scored the highest in the overall evaluation of those who participated in the review process. The staff ranked the firms in the following order: Martin Environmental is number 1, number 2, Green for Life Environment, GFL, number 3, AmeriGreen Environmental Recycling, number 4, C&C Sanitation, and number 5, Amwaste, Georgia. What is requested here is to authorize myself, the mayor, to enter into a contract with Martin Environmental Services starting on March 8th this year upon review of the said contract by our city attorney. If authorized, myself and the council of the city will change the operating model for solid waste services to include residential, commercial, bulk items, leaf and limb services, and dramatic management. The goal of this new operational model is to keep costs contained for our residents and commercial enterprises in Manchester and to offer a key enhancement of the reference services by adding the operation of a convenience center on Magnolia Lane 2 to 3 days per week. So convenience center is where you can take those items yourself. We're hoping to see far fewer beds and upholstered items decorating our streets, and hopefully they go directly to that. If you are a customer of the waste service here in town, to take those instead to that convenience center, which is much more convenient than Turkey Run, which is all the way on the north side of town and free to Marietta County residents on Saturday only between 7 and 12. So this is much more convenient. So the motion authorized staff to make necessary changes in the operations and to direct or stand up a convenience center at Magnolia. Do I have a motion for having the mayor enter into the contract? All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor of contracting with Martin Environmental Services? All right, motion carries. We have a new solid waste service.
Yay.
I didn't know if you needed me to say anything or not. I'm just.
Only if it's good and you're ready to go to work.
We're good. Normally we don't get claps at these meetings, so I'm a little taken aback. But I just want to say thank you. My name is Shannon Melman. I'm with Martin Environmental. I'm actually the director of sales, so my job is to do this. I visit cities and communities all week long and talk to councils and commissions about who we are and what we do. And I know everybody's going to get out of here, so I'm going to be super quick. We love trash. That sounds weird, but our web address is experttrashtalker.com. It's what we do. We are passionate about it. We're really passionate about people and about customer service. So my job here tonight is to let you guys know that we're excited to be here. We do take care of the trash in Troup County. We have about 7,500 to 8,000 customers over there, and we just expect more of ourselves, because this company was built on customer service. Started off with one guy picking up cardboard in 1999, putting it back in his pickup truck, and I have the stats here, but now we have over 85 employees. We service over 30,000 customers. We have 3 office locations, and we serve over 10 municipalities currently. So we're excited, guys. We're excited to be here. We feel that, the customer deserves the best, even in trash. I know it's kind of a weird thing to talk about. When I first started with trash, I was like, well, all you do is start with a trash can. How hard can it be? So much more is involved in that than just throwing it away. A lot of logistics. So, again, we're excited to be here. I believe you guys as a council, or Ms. Angel, you have all of my contact information. Is that right? If you guys do need me for anything, I will leave a card up here for you. And if anybody needs that information, then please feel free to reach out. And I'll leave a few for you guys. Our office number's on there, my cell phone's on there, my email's on there. We're here for y'all. And March 8th's going to come quick, so we're going to get to work. I'm actually headed back now and talking to the boss. So thank you guys so much. Y'all have a wonderful day.
In 1928, there was a building that was erected and finished, opened as one of the Rosenwald schools. They were specifically built for African American education across the United States. The Rosenwald was a family. Julius Rosenwald Fund is the official title. There's another school that was built after this one in 1936 over in Warm Springs. That one gets a lot of attention, and I got to researching this building because we are about to start redoing that building. We're finishing cleaning and some touch-up and refreshing of the building. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's officially called the CAFI building, C-A-F-I. I do not have the street at that time. Okay, thank you. I just blanked that right out of my head. But the history of the school was originally a 5-classroom school. FDR did see this school. He thought it was an amazing looking school. And the building is beautiful. It was for decades held as an ideal of building of the Rosenwald buildings. Yeah. I have some pictures of the building and the building next to it. So we're developing some plans for the building next to it. But what we're looking at is we do have paint and various things that we must do. Now if we see it, you might recognize it. And the building next to it also was built with the Rosenwald building. It was but a little bit later. It was between 1930 and 1940. And both of those were originally schools, and they were for children, but they were also for adults. So there was a lot of education going on throughout the entire day into the evening, back starting in 1928. So it's amazing, history of this. I don't know, there was a previous administration that was attempting to get historic status for the building, but we are going to definitely seek that out. The Rosenwald schools are getting more notoriety, especially one in as good a shape as what we have. It's very unusual. Those have to be really restored deeply, like the one over in Warm Springs. It's taken a deep cleaning and refinishing to get it back into shape. And ours has been used continuously since 1928. That's pretty amazing. To be in the shape that it is. One of the things it's served for was a preschool program, Head Start program after that. I mean, there were various programs that came through the education process of the city of Manchester. So it's a really, really nice building. Our seniors center, it will become our new senior center. We're looking at opening date find a big suit. Can I borrow your big suit? Around April 15th, around that time. So that will be exciting because we really want to expand the senior program. As we go along this year, once we get everything settled and the program going, we'll talk about the possible uses for the other building on the property. It requires a little more work, but I love it. It's got some great wood inside. It's going to be a great asset to our city. So this is going to be a major change for our senior program. I think it's a good change. We're going to be expanding that program. Angie, you have anything to say about that? I know you're excited about it.
Ready to get the keys so we can get in there and get everything done so the seniors can go.
I have to admit that even in the rain, I did go by the house the other day. I was trying to see what that might be.
I'm just excited for the seniors to have more than one room to go to.
Amen.
There's gonna be rooms dedicated to several different activities like the bingo, the exercise and game room. So I'm really excited about that. There will be gardening. There's a whole outside that
Move out stuff from over there, over there.
we absolutely can.
What about the sewing?
All of it. You'll have a craft room. Yeah, every bit of it.
Everything's going.
The nice thing is you won't have to clean up one thing in order to do something else.
And there's heat and air.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was a luxury.
It absolutely is a luxury, because right now they don't have.
No heat or no, you could
There's things
say.
like there is a deck off the back of it that we can grill out there and have some different foods. And it'll be a really good expansion of our program. We want to make that a stellar program for our city to where our seniors have an incredible program to go to and have the activities that they want. Unfortunately, I'm in that group now, so I don't know if that's self-serving for me to make this building nice or what. But one of the, everybody got tickled because one of the, I don't have a picture of it, but one of the things we have to change because it was a Head Start program is the toilets. They're rare to see unless you're a teacher, a preschool, but they're from here, they're only about this tall. And so, I can't have you ladies trying to sit on that, that's just too dangerous, so we gotta get those changed out. So.
We call him Ben to get off of it.
What's gonna happen to the room that moving material out in the recreation department? What are your plans for those?
We are talking with someone about doing an after-school program with the youth. So that, the whole building will become recreation, but we're also talking, like I said, with another, nonprofit about doing an after-school program.
So the repairs gonna be made anyway.
Not right offhand.
So, another update I want to give as acting city manager, we passed an open records request officer in our city, and that has been working very well. The officer is Angel Fowler, the city clerk, and Melissa, the assistant city clerk, are the two open records request officers. So far, since that was enacted, we've handled 2 open record cases, and it allows us to respond quickly and not have things get lost. So that's working very well for us. Another update is we are strengthening the procedures for receiving complaints in our city. Just like the open records, we don't want these to get lost. We must pay attention to them. You know, social media has brought on a whole different atmosphere in our country, our world, much less Manchester, because you're talking to your friends on there, or a group that maybe even called friends in Facebook. But the difficulty is that is not a complaint, and I'm trying to educate as many people as possible. We need official complaints in our city. And just like a corporation, the only way to have an item that you can take action on is a written document. It has to be a written document received by the corporation or the city. Even all the things that have happened to improve corporations and the life in corporations, such as sexual harassment cases, things like that, they had difficulty starting because they didn't have written complaints. Until finally, people were brave enough to put those in. I can't emphasize this enough. We must have, if you have an issue or concern, I'm hesitating to call it a complaint because a complaint is an official document. And we need those. We must document this so that we can take action on those. Those will be evaluated by a team, and then we can respond to that official complaint. So we need those written complaints. Enough said on that. We have a resolution for, we've been working on 2 work sessions on am I getting ahead of myself?
You didn't give me a resolution to put in the books for the initiative.
I didn't give that to you?
No, sir.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, that's not good. We did have a resolution on our priorities and establishing what we want to, our action items for 2024. And apparently I did not give that to the proper channel to get those in the book. So we would have to delay that, won't we? It's my fault. It's my fault.
Still work on them even though you haven't passed the resolution.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. We have those down to 3 items, by the way, which is good. The major one being an expansion of our comprehensive plan specific to Manchester. And that contains about 8 of our items underneath it and others. That will be a major rewrite for us as we seek grants and other funding sources and companies to come in. They all look for that comprehensive plan, and if it's nebulous and says, oh, we want to make our city look like, well, that's not the way to get grant money. We have to be very specific. So we will revisit that in our next meeting. We have an adoption of this is actually an amendment to one of our ordinances. This is an amendment to section 271. These are the departments that are created in our city. We are adding a department of building and zoning, which would be item number 6. Do I have a motion to adopt this amendment to code ordinance?
That's the open meeting request.
Number 6 in the departments that are created.
Oh, okay.
Not the agenda. I did not make something of myself clear. Yeah, it would be, we have 5 departments, we will be adding a 6th.
I'll make a motion to create a code compliance department.
Okay, I have a motion for the creation of the building and zoning department. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor of adopting the building and zone amendment to our departments? voting and abstaining? Okay, you voted, I'm sorry. All right, we have a unanimous vote on that, the motion carries. And we have any old business that we are dealing with? I don't recall. Okay, we have new business to attend to. No? Okay. I want to thank everybody for being here. I don't know if you're parents or if you just came to the meeting, but I really want to thank you for participating, even in the rain. Thanks for being here. This is what we want for our city, is people being aware, being involved, knowing what's going on. We're trying to open our meetings as much as we can to attendance. We obviously must invest in some more chairs, but we will take care of that. I think that's a good problem to have. You know why we have this many chairs? Because we didn't have a lot of attendance before. And I think it's time to change that as we become very active in our city. As the new things that are occurring, I'm very excited about it. I think I'm getting good responses from the citizens I talk to. But I really appreciate you being here. One other occurrence in our city, I'm sure you know of the fire that occurred and the lives of two fifth grade twins that were lost. The mother is in hospital still up outside of Atlanta. She is doing better, I heard today. As a mayor, we have lost too many children. In the last 2 months, we've lost 5. There were 2 girls, I think they were junior and senior, sisters, car wreck. We've lost these 2 fifth graders, twins, a boy and a girl, and we lost, of course, Brandon. That started on December 4th, and the fire was February 4th. These 2 months, this is too much. I'm calling for on March 8th a prayer gathering. We call it prayers for protection of our children here in the town. That will be at the Mill at 7 p.m. I think. Can I say that? Is that okay? I have to still get their approval, but you'll see more about this as the time goes on. There'll be a candlelight prayers situation with pastors from all over our city participating, and please get the word out. This is we must ask for protection of our children in this city. That's my comment. Okay.
I'd just like to recognize the fact that we had our Valentine's Day dance by the Manchester Senior Center on Friday, and it was a great success. They had 68 attendees. I'd like to compliment our Senior Center Director, Kimla Anderson. There were food, music, games, and also performances by the Silverstone Line Dancers. So that was a great success, and we're going to continue to support that program, and hopefully next year we'll get an even bigger turnout. But the cars were all lined up, and everyone was trying to figure out what was going on at the community building. So we have to do also a better job in getting that out, because once people heard, more people would have liked to attend it had they known about it. But it was great, and you can find some of that footage online. They're shaking and bligging and getting on down. So they had a great time. So I'd like to just say good job, Kimla.
Got some videos.
Thank you.
I like to thank the people, and I don't know who did it. Could have been city, could have been just private citizens that have cleaned up Manchester in the last couple of months. It's looking really good. We got a long way to go, but it is looking so much better than it was a couple of months ago.
2 of them are sitting over here. Sam
Thank you.
and Rick. out in the rain today, picking things up. He is tenacious, but they've done a great job. Great job. Continue to do that.
All right, I have to ditto what Mika said. I had the luxury of attending that luncheon. So I was one of the cars out there, but that food was good, and the seniors, I had a really good time. Right, my friend back here that we got a chance to sit and hang out a little while. So I did enjoy myself. That was very nice. And those numbers were incredible. So again, I ditto Mika's comments on the senior center gathering. Also, I want to commend Chief Williams. I know during tough times, I know you guys went out and did what they had to do in an effort to save lives. So I want to commend you for your professionalism. In spite of we had to see media and all that in the midst of all this, and so you maintain a high level of professionalism in spite of, and I want to commend you for it. And your commitment to training. I noticed in your report, some of the guys that have achieved, set some targets, and y'all already, setting a goal to get there. So I want to commend you on your commitment to training. And last, I just want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day. I hope everybody's safe and just enjoy your Valentine's Day.
I let them sit until the last minute. Chief?
I don't have anything tonight, Mayor.
Just want to make a couple comments concerning the fire on Ira Parks. We stress nothing else. Make sure you've got working smoke alarms. Once I took over as chief, we entered into a partnership with Red Cross. They provide us the smoke alarms for free. All it costs you to do is pick up the phone and call the fire station. I'll come put them up free of charge. From February 1st of 21 until January 31st of 24, we've installed 121.
Wow.
Since last Monday, I installed a 38th one right before coming here. So within a week, I've installed 38.
Wonderful.
And we're trying to express that. I hate that it took a tragic event as it did to bring this awareness, but and praying for the family. But just remember my department in your prayers. Some of the guys are taking it pretty tough. I appreciate it.
If I can just take a minute. I know it's in its infancy, but you're doing something, you're applying for something.
Got several grants working, if that's what you're, we were the recipient of a criminal justice protective equipment grant. That equipment has started coming in, but we've got several more that we're working on. One is for a new engine, and the other is for some radios and some other personal protective equipment. So just all those are due within the next couple of weeks. So I appreciate those. I dropped off some paperwork to get some help on, so I appreciate you helping me.
An engine is not in the car, that's a fire truck, that's what that is. I know it's officially called an engine.
About $500,000 worth.
There you go. All right, Rick.
Those of you that don't know me, I'm kind of new here. I've been here for about 3 or 4 months now. And I'm the new code enforcement officer for Manchester. And this month's report that I have for January, I have, we've made 24 cases, opened 24 cases so far in January. 16 of those cases have been closed. 8 of them remain open, and 6 of those are unsafe houses. Month of February so far, we've had 11 cases, and 8 of those have been closed, and 3 of those remain open. That makes a total of 35 cases for the last month and a half. 24 of those have been closed, and 11 cases remain open. Our focus for February, I try to focus on one thing or another, month to month, and my focus for February are the unsafe and dilapidated houses, whether they can be rebuilt or we have to demo those. To date, we have 23 cases that were made for unsafe and dilapidated houses, and I've had 8 demo permits so far that have been acquired. 4 of those houses have been demoed already, and we have 4 other, demo permits in the works for the next week. Now, understand that we have 220 unsafe, dilapidated, falling in houses in Manchester, but this takes a little bit of time, but we've made great progress within the last month and a half. Some notes of interest that I have too are, to date, with all the cases that I've made with since I've got here, no citations have been written so far. The citizens have been in 100% compliance. Whatever I asked for them to do, they have done. So that's a great thing right there. Efforts are being made also to, like the mayor said, to open a convenience center for our citizens so they can have a place to take some of these couches, some of these mattresses and things instead of just putting them on the side of the road. And demolitions of unsafe and dilapidated houses are being taken care of by one of our own citizens. This is not being, ask somebody outside of Manchester to help us with demoing these houses. This is somebody within our community that's helping us to do it, that actually, he really cares about cleaning the city up, and that's what we're after, is to clean the city up. And in doing that as well, and just like Councilman over there said, that he's thankful for us cleaning the place up. And this is the efforts of a lot of people besides me and Sam. This is our citizens as well. And they have taken notice that the city is being cleaned, And we've had nothing but positive responses from the citizens. And we want, the citizens to know that this is what we're going after, and we need their help too all at the same time. Because this is a combined effort, for Manchester. And one other thing, Chief had hit on the house that was burned up with a terrible tragedy. We kind of look at this as we want it to go away just as fast as it can go away. And the demo permit that the owner is going to get as a goodwill effort, we're just going to wait and do that so we can get that place taken care of and the healing taken, started. And that's about it. Thank you.
So what about this Valentine's thing that you had? Sounds like it was a success.
It was. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend.
Oh, yes, you were out last week, weren't you?
I was. Glad to be back. But
tell us about baseball coming up.
well, we just ended basketball season. We've got, before we get to baseball, we gotta do the basketball. We're in the process of doing all-stars. We've got an 8U team that is going to Temple. Our 10U team will be going to Heard County. And then our 12U team, we are hosting the district, and all 3 of those will be on the 24th. The girls will be going to Pike County this weekend. We are actually hosting state this year for our 12U boys basketball, and that will be March 1st and 2nd. So if anybody is willing to volunteer, please contact me. We're gonna need all we can volunteer-wise. Other than that, this is the last week of baseball and softball registration, and we'll start drafts in 2 weeks. And that's all I got. And I missed the Valentine's dance. I saw a video. It's a lot of people seemed like they had a really great time. I know last year when we did it at the senior center, it was a lot of success, but when Kimberly and I talked about moving it to the rec, when she told me she had 60 people coming, I was like, not rec, to the community building, I was like, no, community building, not getting all 60 of those. So I'm glad it was a success, and glad y'all were able to attend. I'm sorry I didn't, or couldn't.
I just want to say, I was there Friday to the senior citizen ball. We had a wonderful time. And I was just wondering if, when we moved to the cafe building, will we still have our same director? Because Kim has done a wonderful job. A lot of people have started coming since she's been there, and she does a lot for us.
We're looking to expand the program, so not
She's not going anywhere.
we're not looking to give.
No, she don't go nowhere.
We're not looking to cut, we're looking to expand. Okay, Sam, you gotta tell us about this water, what's it doing?
I'll tell you, I really wasn't expecting to have 6+ inches of rain, over the last, 24 hours, but, it done a lot of damage around towns with, between our, storm drains. It wreaked havoc on us. We're gonna be wide open for probably the next week and a half, on repairing some of these issues. Also, between, Philip DeNewer and the street department and, the Harris County inmates, they pretty well started around November of last year, working on getting all this trash and debris up, and they worked constantly. And as of the first of last week, everything in the city was completely picked up. You drove anywhere, there was no piles. Well, there was a couple of things, that have popped up since then, but, they're working on finishing getting, the rest of the curb and gutters picked up, the leaves, rest of the litter, and hopefully with this new waste, solid waste contract, with the convenience center, working with Rick, hopefully we can keep this going and make this city beautiful again. 30 years ago, you didn't see this, and so.
Talking used to be.
Exactly. We're looking forward.
There you go.
And, so, yeah, I'm excited about where we're headed. Yes, sir.
Don't believe we have anything to go into executive session. You have anything? No. All right. Have a motion to adjourn. Motion, second. All those in favor of adjournment?